Sami, if you can firstly just introduce yourself, that'll be great.
Okay, my name is Sami. I work as a senior director of engineering in Upstocks.
Right.
Joined like 9 months back. Was with Flipkart before joining Upstocks.
Okay.
Right? Anything?
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So my question to you is, the first is, how has DevOps become so famous? I mean, if you can throw some light of how you've seen the journey of
Yeah,
this.
I'll start from my Flipkart journey for that matter. See, Microsoft, before Flipkart, I was with Microsoft. So, Microsoft, I never interacted with DevOps team. They had a release management process like fully automated. And that was like some central way they used to do. Right? In Flipkart, I joined Flipkart when it was a small company. Right? A lot of things were unmanaged. Usually the team members used to, the developers used to do the deployment, like everything they used to do, right? Over a period of time, when you grow up, right, you realize that you don't want to invest time there because it's a development. The time of developers is critical towards the releases, right? And
Correct.
it's the business is growing like crazy and all. So that's when I think you start going towards whoever, whichever is whoever's job, they do themselves.
Correct.
Not like, because I'm not an expert from
Right.
a release management perspective, right?
Right.
So then a lot of tools they come into picture, right? We started using, we had actually Jenkins
Okay.
being used inside Flipkart. But yeah, we used to create a Jenkins pipeline. Then we used to trigger the build,
Right.
right?
Right.
Then the deployment. We developed our own tools also for
Okay.
the continuous deployment as well, right?
Okay.
So a lot of things were developed by actually developers, and then we our team didn't have any DevOps for that matter.
Okay.
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 But essentially, there was a different team which used to create DevOps tools for in order for end employee to use that.
Right.
So a lot of tools were built in-house in Flipkart,
Right.
right? And it is being heavily used.
Okay.
In Upstocks, again, it's not a small company anymore. We have like almost 300 engineers. But yes, DevOps, we do have a DevOps team. It's a small team, but
Okay.
they do all the release management or anything with respect to, the infra-related stuff and all. So we have a
Right.
different team for that. Unfortunately, I've never met them because I
Okay.
joined during the pandemic time. So
Okay.
it's all about on Slack channels that, okay, whatever we are going to do, we take DevOps help and all. So
Right.
that's it's like a supplement, like DevOps, right?
Right.
So developers and DevOps,
Correct.
they work very closely together
Right.
for the end-to-end release. That's how, I mean, again, we are evolving.
Right.
There are a bunch of things that needs to be done for sure.
Sure.
But yeah, it's an evolution.
Correct.
Slowly happens in
Absolutely.
any organization for that matter.
Absolutely, absolutely. My next question is, how are you? What are the kind of innovations that you are bringing in the organization as Upstocks? What are the kind of innovations the organization is
In the DevOps side or in normal development side?
DevOps and otherwise also. I mean, in terms of technology.
So tech-wise, of course, I mean, Upstocks is growing like crazy. Okay. Since the time I joined, I think we are already 3 times in the customer base. Like
Nice.
just in 8, 9 months,
Wow. Okay.
right? So when I joined in March, Upstocks had 2.8 million customers.
Okay.
Now we are very close to, I think in October month or November month itself, we added 1 million customers.
Okay.
Only in a month.
Okay.
So again, it's a crazy growth for us.
Right.
And with that crazy growth comes crazy development, crazy business hours, all the
Yes.
things that keep on coming, right?
Absolutely.
So we have to take a balance in terms of, so me being a tech guy, right? We have to take a balance that, okay, we do not go much towards business and
Right.
we develop something which cannot sustain.
Right.
And also we cannot invest all the time in like tech development
Correct.
and leaving business behind. So
Right.
it has to be like a balance kind of a thing,
Right.
where the business should also not stop, and
Right.
at the same time we don't compromise on the development, the code quality or the build or software that we're building in, because
Right.
that you cannot scale with a hacky
Correct.
software for sure.
Correct.
So a lot of things happen from an innovation perspective. We do a
Right.
lot of re-arc also. There's a lot
Okay.
of legacy systems as well,
Sure.
which we, with growth, we see that, okay, now there's a need for architecture of that particular system. But so a lot of things are happening inside.
Awesome, wonderful. So great insights. One last question: how was the event and your experience?
That was really good. A lot of things. Actually, I could correlate with all the things that were being presented.
Right.
And yeah, I don't think we are using JFrog for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's these kind of avenues are an opportunity to go back to your team and see if we are missing on something and
Something.
whether these kind of companies they can help us with all the tooling and all.
Right.
So that's really insightful.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.